In this episode of The Landscape Road to KubeCon, I got a chance to speak to Lachlan Evenson, who's a principal program manager at Microsoft and a seasoned Kubernetes OG. And we got a chance to talk about all things KubeCon. Lachlan shared his excitement about this year's event, especially connecting with newcomers and fostering an open, supportive community. He's looking forward to the inspiring keynotes, insightful panels, and one-on-one opportunities with project maintainers, which is perfect for anyone looking to get more involved in cloud-native projects. Lachlan's also eager to see advancements in observability, CI/CD, and supply chain security, and explore how Kubernetes is powering the AI revolution. This episode is full of great insights for people attending KubeCon, and Lachlan is definitely one of my heroes in the cloud native community. This podcast is brought to you by OVH Cloud, the global cloud provider delivering industry-leading performance and cost-effective solutions. From managed Kubernetes to private registries, OVH Cloud has the cloud-native tools you need. OVH Cloud. The world needs different. For those of you that have ever submitted a CFP to KubeCon, there's a guide written by the wonderful person I have with me, which has been very beneficial. But Lackey, there are some people that are out there who maybe don't know you. Can you explain really quickly, who are you and what do you do?
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name's Lachlan Evenson. I'm a product manager at Microsoft where I get to work on upstream cloud native projects like Kubernetes, Istio, and many more.
You have been in this ecosystem for quite some time. You're, Kubernetes OG. What's your area of focus in the CNCF world, in the CNCF ecosystem?
So why I go to KubeCon is to meet that person who's just entering the community. I love creating a welcome and open space for them to ask questions and get answers. So I really think we need to double down. Every time I go to KubeCon, there's so many people I meet and they say, "This is my first KubeCon. I came here to learn about cloud native Kubernetes. Can you help me?" And I love that question. I love being able to answer that question. I love being able to get that energy. And even, I've been in the community for 10 years. That's the same energy I got when I was welcomed to the community 10 years ago. So I feel obliged to give that energy back to newcomers. And if you see me at the event, I really love to be asked that question. And I want to help you get on your journey and be successful in cloud native. That's my passion. That's what I love about that event.
Really can't ask for more. On the more technical side, which 3 projects are you currently most interested in when it comes to the CNCF landscape?
I really think there is a renaissance in observability happening. So anything on the observability front, CI/CD, Argo CD, Argo landscape, it's a really big space. They're solving a lot of great problems. So I think observability front, any project in that front, Argo on the CI/CD front. And then finally, I'm going to throw in kind of the supply chain security. I really love a project called Copacetic, which is about patching your containers. So if you're interested in security, that's a great project in the CNCF as well.
Fantastic. And in this particular KubeCon, you already mentioned, the importance of welcoming newcomers. Are there any talks that you're planning on attending or any other KubeCon plans that you'd like to share?
I would always say, I love the keynotes. It sets the tone. It sets where the community's going. It sets the challenges ahead of us. And I love panels. I love hearing from folks in the industry, doers, people that are building, having challenges. I really love sitting in the keynotes. So I'd encourage you, if you get out of bed, grab a coffee, get to the keynotes early. I always love that energy in the room that's on stage. And I think folks like Joe Sandoval are going to be up on stage. I love learning from Joe. Joe always has great panels. I think they always do a great job of pulling out the best, the topical things that the community is trying to talk about and challenges that we have ahead of us and inspiring. So I always leave the keynotes really inspired. I always love the maintainer tracks too, because one of the great things of the event is you can meet the maintainers and they're going and they're telling you about the things that they're trying to build, the challenges that they have. And I think it's a great forum. If you're interested to get into the open source ecosystem, go to a maintainer track. Go and learn what they're trying to build. Go and learn what they have on the roadmap. And they're going to invite you in. So be part of that, right? Be vulnerable and say, "Hey, I'm here to help." And step up to those maintainers. I'm sure they'd love to get to know you and make you welcome in the community.
Love it. We talked to George Castro and some others about their plans for the Project Pavilion. These people are there at the booth for the project to speak to people, precisely what you just said. You can go up, you can challenge them, you can ask questions, you can figure out which project is going to be best for you to contribute and in which way, based on your skill set, your background, the things that you're interested in. Just one last question. Since, we did hear a lot about AI in the last, KubeCon, and a fair amount of the keynotes, some of the panels, including also shout out to Joseph Sandoval. Got to speak to him about his KubeCon plans too. What do you expect to be hearing about AI this time? 6 months forward, can we see, stronger examples of this being applied in the case of different Kubernetes engineers? What do you expect to hear about AI in this particular KubeCon?
Yeah, I think there needs to be a lot more drill down on, Kubernetes and platforms that we built in the cloud native ecosystem actually powering the AI revolution. I'm seeing that more and more in the industry. So the folks that are actually building those platforms, they need to come out and talk about how they're using those platforms and the things they need from them, because we have a massive community here who's willing to build and take on these challenges to build this infrastructure. And I think the infrastructure things like I've had the opportunity to work on OpenAI's ChatGPT platform, which is powered by a piece of Kubernetes, right? They've publicly said that, right? I've heard things like Perplexity using um, Kubernetes as well. So Kubernetes is kind of the bedrock and the platform to build platforms, and it's along on the ride of the AI revolution as well. I think we need to have more people on stage talking about how they're leveraging Kubernetes and the gaps. We are starting to see that in the community, but the truth is Kubernetes and many of these cloud native projects are actually powering the AI revolution today. I want to be challenged and have the community challenged of what do we need to build next to continue to power that AI revolution. So I think, where the rubber meets the road with AI, there's all this distributed infrastructure, there's all this distributed scheduling. We already have that. How do we make it work better for AI and AI workloads? They're just another piece of software and another workload. That's what I think we need to dig into.
I like that. That sort of removes the sort of fear or, doubts around this about something that's from another planet. In reality, we can treat it much more simply than that and find out how it can be practically applied that, Kubernetes can benefit from AI. And like you said, AI is also using Kubernetes. So it's mutually beneficial. Don't be afraid of the conversation, and KubeCon is definitely the place to have it. Well, Laki, thank you very much for sharing your time today. Looking forward to seeing you on the ground in Salt Lake City. Great practical advice for all the folks that are out there, whether they're in person or online. Remember, if you're online, there are lots of different ways to participate as well. So don't feel like you're left out. Slack channel will be very, very active throughout the entire event. And yeah, so we'll see you very soon. Take care.
Thank you very much. Bye bye. See you there.
Cheers.